It's Minecraft Snapshot season, and I'm here to talk about a very specific change that a lot of you hate, but I want to shed some light on it. It's time for a Minecraft video, an actual Minecraft video on this channel. More legendary things soon, but villagers are slightly more important. It's a brand new snapshot for 1.20.2, and there is a bit more, quite literally, because there's a new experimental toggle. Not only can we forget about bundles, but new villager trade rebalance, which is brand new with this Snapshot 23w31a. So for the changes I'm going to be talking about, create a new world in a new snapshot with this toggle. So what this change mainly has to deal with is, well, not bundles, but villagers, specifically librarian villagers and biomes. So what you used to be able to do in the past was, well, push a lectern down anywhere in your world. It doesn't matter if you're in a savannah or whatever. This village has a chance of getting me any single enchanted book that villagers have in their trade roll. Well, this is no longer true. This village counts as a plains village. Even though it's in the woods here, it is a plain village. You can tell by the way the villagers look. But this guy I spawned in the savannah. This is how you'd find a savannah villager in the wild, and he can go ahead and, like I said before, it doesn't matter. This guy would sell potentially the same books the guy I spawned over there did. But this is no longer true. This is a horrible example, but this villager will always have something unique compared to this villager. Now, this is diversity at its greatest. And I'm going to talk about why I think that this guy selling different things than this guy is good. Well, let's start off. You can find villages. You can find villagers in the plains naturally. You can find them in the savannah naturally. So even just upon exploring your world, now there's more reason to go out and explore and search for more villages to find these unique villagers to give you unique trades. I think that this is pretty cool, and it allows for exploring. But heading over to the crappiest swamp in the world, really, this thing is tiny. This is sad. But this villager will never spawn naturally. Well, okay, in all honesty, there just happens to be a village over here. If it was a bit closer and naturally spread into, just a little bit of overhang into this biome, you might find one of these guys naturally. But you cannot find a village in a swamp. Swamp villagers are super, super rare. But guess what? The same change has been applied. It will have unique set of books that you can't get from any other villager in the world. A lot of people hate the new villager changes. Well, like I said, I think this is cool. Before, maybe you'd have to dig 2 blocks and say, whoop, there's my villager. But now, it's like, okay, to be able to get all the different village types, instead of just burying these guys in a 2-block deep hole, well, maybe now I have to go through and, row a boat across the land, or, drag a minecart track clear over here, just to have 2 villagers spawn in a swamp baby villager to then grow up. Now, I think that some people are overlooking that. I can take this one villager back to, this village when it's outside of the swamp biome. If I were to breed that swamp villager with one of these plains villagers, there's a chance that I could get more swamp villagers. So all I have to do is get one unique type of villager into my village to get, a whole slew of the unique books in the your village or your trading hall or whatever you're doing with villagers. Don't leave your comments on what you do with your villagers in the description. I really don't need to know that. But for the record, here is, kind of an overview. What villagers sell what book. So it truly is true, in a plains village, the most common village, because they can spawn in the meadows, the plains, right, they're everywhere. Well, now, there's only so much you can get from them. And like I said, the swamp and the jungle, they have their own unique things. So you have to go out. It forces exploring. and for you to, really work to get your villager trading hall big and awesome. It's not just throwing villagers in a hole, you have to work to get it. I think that this shows so much more, so much more time and care in your world. Minecraft's been, really pumping that exploration, trying to get you to go and explore, get armor trims. Well, guess what? Getting these mending books or, whatever, getting these books shows exploration too. It's no longer just shoving your villagers in a hole. It's now about really going out and getting those special villagers and books. Now, right now, this is very experimental. Like I said, it was in that experimental toggle. How often do you think you're going to see bundles and villagers together? Not often. So, take a picture right here, right now, the experimental friends. But, nothing is set in stone. This will probably be changed, even though, quite honestly, I like this exact example. And to another point, before, oh, we want more custom villagers. We want a cherry blossom village. We want, right? You've heard it with the 1.20 update, the new cherry grove, the new biomes that are being added in every other second. They need a new village. But there really hasn't been a point. There's been nothing unique other than, about the types of wood you can find. If, before, if I were to find a plains village and a savanna village, guess what? They have the same exact things to offer. Maybe a bit of different crops in the crop bin, but they were, practically identical. Well, now there's something unique about the village. Now there maybe is a brand new reason to add new types of villages into the game. Now we can maybe see some mangrove villages and some cherry blossom grove villages, mountain villages, meadow villages, and even different types of villagers, which would be just really cool. Because like I said, now there's a reason to go and get these villagers. And that's just with this one lectern change. I mean, really, that's pretty cool. I mean, now going a bit further into the snapshot notes, if you didn't know, you can, oh, well, he's frying like an oven, but usually you can, infect villagers, turn them into zombified villagers and not light them on fire, and they will, maybe reduce your trades when you cure them into being human beings yet again. And, that change, I can see it being very controversial, so I'm kind of staying out of that, but that's some of the other things. So if you hear that, the villager changes are bad, there's some controversial ones. But this is why I think that this villager change is definitely a good one. It really gets more villager use and diversity, really, out there. So that's that villager change in a nutshell. I think I've accidentally managed to repeat myself like 17 times in this video. I could have probably explained it 3 minutes ago, but you know what? We're at the 10-minute mark, and it's time to change subject and talk about a few more things in the snapshot. I don't make full-fledged snapshot videos, but this is also very notable. Since we're talking about villagers, I guess wandering traders are a type of village too. Or not village. You're not a village, you're just a villager. But guess what? Their trades have been upgraded. There is a crap ton more that you can get from this guy. And look at that. Wood, logs. You can actually get more valuable resources too. I think that is pretty cool all by itself. So looking at this, you can see, some of the things that have been changed with the wandering trader. He can have enchanted pickaxes. Something like if you're right outside the mine, and your pickaxe just broke, well, guess what? This guy might be able to, get you back on going. It's basically the Rascal from Minecraft Live into a function that we already have, which I think is what needs to happen more often. So that's really cool. But like I said, yeah, you can see the other things here, some more random stuff, which is cool. I know that Potion of Invisibility, that makes sense because, he can go invisible. So that makes sense. But logs. There's now logs. I've even seen them with cherry blossom grove logs. Like right there, look at that. Even if they're selling the logs, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're selling the sapling. So, you still might want to go out and get that one tree from that one biome. But definitely some more useful stuff. Not just random flowers, but things you can actually build with. So, villagers, villages, wandering traders, mega upgrade. But with that, that is everything in Minecraft Snapshot 23w31a, or at least everything notable. As always, the changelog and snapshot notes are in the description below. There's a link down there somewhere. So go check it out for yourself. But this was my opinion on, why some of this stuff is pretty cool and what it could have. Like, the potential of more villages being added and villager types. It's right on the tip of our hands now because there's uniqueness to it, which is definitely nice. But with that, that's everything in this actual Minecraft video, because there's a snapshot cycle now. That's kind of awesome. See you next time. Oh, also, if I know it's a nice outro screen now, but you might want to go back. Did you notice I kind of updated my newsroom? I need to update my Minecraft news texture pack to, have that Minecraft news free self-advertising banner in the backdrop. Yeah, they changed the resource pack version like 5 times before I updated mine, and now I need to do it again. So, I hope you like the cherry tree in the corner. Okay, goodbye.